Hey everyone, the review I got for you today is actually going to be on a Visconti. This is my one and only Visconti fountain pen I own. I do own two roller balls, which I will use those in the comparison video for sizing, but it is on the Visconti, let's see if I can get it, Comedia Inferno, and let's go straight into opening it up. So immediately once you take the sleeve off, you do have this nice, I believe you can see the material. It's almost like a canvas style material. And it says Comedia, and it says Visconti, and it's the silhouette of Dante himself. As you can see, that's about it with the external packaging of the box. Once you open it up, I do have the pen out already. But inside, you'll have this clear sleeve, which will have your pen in it. It is Visconti branded. It'll have a little manual that talks about their pens and things like that. And then it does have this nice, really soft material, almost like a, I don't want to compare it to felt because it feels a little bit better than that. But anyways, inside of there, once you open it, you will actually have the pen. As you can see, it'll come in there like that. But here's the pen. My version does have quite a bit of black in it and not a lot of red, but you can still see the red. Obviously, with these kind of resins, you're going to get what you get, as you can see. So going straight into details, let me get a little closer for you. Okay, as you can see with the cap band, it says Inferno, and on the back, it says Comedia right there. And then these details on the rim of this or the edge of this, it's supposed to look like chisel details. I believe they said on the website like a hammer. And if you're familiar with Visconti, you can see the clip. Probably the best looking clip on a pen. Really easy to open, and honestly, they're just gorgeous. Super reflective on the top. See if I can get some light to kind of show you what I mean. Super nice. In this specific colorway, if you go with the Inferno one, it comes in the ruthenium coating on all the metal, so it's got like the dark accents. And this does work with the My Pen system. I do have my initials on this one right now. My wife actually got me this pen. I have my initials on it, as you can see. So the only downside when you get your initials, and I'll try to show it, is it's flat, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, but the actual Visconti tag on top, here, let me grab another one. It looks just like this, but it's in the ruthenium. It's a little bit lifted. See how that is? So that's the only real big difference once you do that. Going straight into the nib now. Inside the pen on the nib, more ruthenium coating, and it's got that hammer detail as well, as you can see. You have a stainless steel metal grip and a stainless nib. The nib is the same nib that is on their Mythos line. If you're familiar with that, that's another series they've been doing that's more newer, just like this is. This pen is under $200, which isn't something Visconti does often, so it is a pretty big deal. I got this in a fine nib, as that's generally what I go towards. Being left-handed, I also prefer the smaller writing. The pen does post, and it's secure. So this is the one that uses their magnet system. Let me see if I can see how it snaps on. It's very nice. It's secure. I don't want to shake it too much and lose a bunch of ink around in there, but it does post. You have to post with some intent where you push it on, but once it's on, it's on. I don't worry about this. There's not a lot of like sound or shake. It's pretty. Let me see here. When you push on this, there's not give on the cap. Whereas if you have it over here, let me see if I can get this. No give either, which is really nice. As you can see, I did have some smearing in here. That's going to happen. This is a pretty wet nib, and oxblood is known to, at least for me and all my experience, it's a pretty wet ink. But that being said, here's my lines for flex, I don't think this pen provides a lot. There is some, but I also am using a fine nib, but I also don't think that you're buying this to be getting a lot of flex out of it. As far as these, it is so hard to do this with a left hand, but as you can see, there's not a ton, but it is a really smooth and reliable nib. As far as fast writing goes, here, let me back up for you. As far as fast writing goes, okay. As far as fast writing goes, doesn't really have an issue keeping up. Again, super wet nib, as you can see. It's still taking a while to dry. Now, that could be the ink. I'm not going to fully say that's totally because of the nib. This ink does tend to take a longer dry time for me, but I just thought oxblood was so fitting of this. I think writer's blood would probably also be a great choice. I just don't own that ink currently. One last thing I want to touch on before I go into the size comparison is this grip. So this stainless grip, I've used many pens with grips like this. The Lamy Studio, the Lamy Scala, Lamy 2000, a few different ones have that stainless steel grip. My only thing with this one is if I am not holding this pen far enough back towards the resin right here, if I'm holding this and I'm using downward pressure, I can feel my hand slide down this pen. It happens regularly. This is very smooth. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It gives it a great look. But I think something about it that I would think that may be noticeable or people may consider is with time, this may age a little bit and maybe not be as smooth and kind of get some wear. It'll be a little bit better. But I do think that this grip is maybe a bit too smooth. Um, Again, it's usable, and I do like this pen quite a bit, especially the look of it. But I will acknowledge that grip, and I think people should know this too, is that grip is very smooth. For the size comparison, I have the Visconti Van Gogh. I have the rollerball version, but I do believe the rollerball and the fountain pen are the same length. One thing of note too that is unique, so when I'm using the rollerball, I find that the cap, the magnetic cap, which should be the same thing, when I put it on here, it doesn't click right away, and I'll show you me turn it so you can see it, and it finds its spot. With the fountain pen, however, I don't really have that issue. Clips, I'm gonna pull it out. Clips, I'm gonna pull it out and spin it more. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's unique to the rollerball, but I have noticed, and I don't mind it, don't get me wrong, but it is weird how this is supposed to be the same system, but it does that. But anyways, so in regards to the Van Gogh, they are honestly about the same length. I don't really see any difference here. I'd put them closer, but they get magnetized to each other and they start to do that. But I would say that they're honestly the same length. I don't see much of a difference at all. I also wanted to grab a more common pen, so I just grabbed a Lamy. This is an LX, but this is just a Lamy Safari. With the Safari, you were looking at, let's see here. Honestly, it's pretty close to the same length again. Let me turn this sideways. So the Lamy is slightly shorter from what I can see, just slightly. What I'm going to do is do another one with them uncapped as well. Give me 1 second. So with both pens posted, it does seem like the Lamy is actually a bit longer. It seems like this one just posts deeper. They're about the same length when they are capped. So without the caps, the Lamy is definitely longer. So yeah, that's my review of this pen. Let me know if you pick this one up or any of the other colorways. And thanks for watching.